How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today I find out that my cheap Lamborghini is really low. So we're gonna have to lift it up. If you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys like it, and subscribe if you like what you see. I certainly love what I see. But before we get to the video and working on this car, I want to make a few announcements. Number one, new shirts. What up? We have the Warranty Busters or No Warranty shirt available in my Teespring store down below. All the proceeds from these shirts go directly to charity, so that's going to be for a good cause. And they're available in sizes from extra small to 5X, and they are the cheapest shirt that I've ever done. I know a few of you have talked to me about maybe making a cheaper run of shirts, and these are very affordable. And they tell everybody that you are indeed the warranty, and you don't need no warranty in your life. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. Also, I wanted to spread the word about a friend of mine. Actually, he's not really a friend of mine. He's a friend to all of us. His name is Brent, and he comes from a channel called Boosted Boys. He did a lot of work with that channel. You guys should know that channel. You guys should subscribe to that channel if you love some cars like I do, because they do some really interesting stuff with Hondas. They do crazy builds, pretty much built an Integra in one day. And one of their main guys, Brent, he had a shop called PFI Speed, and he recently got kicked out of his shop. Now he's out in Colorado. He's nowhere near me. He can't tune my Lambo, unfortunately, but he is a really good guy, and it comes out in all his videos. Kyle from Boosted Boys, he actually made a GoFundMe campaign to get Brent a new shop, and I donated, a bunch of people donated, and I want you guys, if you find it in your heart to give something, anything, give it to a good cause. This guy really deserves it. One of the comments said, when Dom was still talking about 10-second cars, Brent ran a 9. Think about that. This guy is really into modifying cars and building cars and really cool stuff. So link for that will be in the description below. But let's move on to this thing. This is my 2008 Lamborghini Gallardo Spyder. You guys all know it. Well, some of you guys know it. If you're new to the channel, then you guys won't know it, but this is my car. It's the cheapest one in the country. Has a twin turbo kit. It has a 6-speed manual transmission, and it has a lot of really cool, really expensive, really complicated goodies, some of which don't really work. Now, one of the more complicated and more interesting goodies that don't work on this car is the front lift system. This car comes equipped from factory with a system that lifts the front end up so you don't ruin the carbon fiber bumper on any speed bumps or squirrel. Unfortunately for me, when I got the car, it just wasn't working. For some reason, the switch inside, every time I push it, nothing happens, which is how things usually break. So even though this system is a hydraulic system with lines and fluid and solenoids going from the front to the back of the car, I think the problem with this system is electrical, and let me show you why. So this is the interior of the car, and as you can see, I have the wires for the ECU all taken apart, and I'm repinning some of the pins on the ECU harness because I've found something out. This is a Syvex S12 engine management unit wiring diagram. And as you can tell, there are lots and lots of pins that do lots and different functions. But I also found this. And this, on top of being a crumpled piece of paper, is actually a diagram for, I don't know if you can make that out, it says Gallardo 2008 front lift wiring. This is a 2008 Gallardo, and I definitely need this wiring. Now, when I approached the old owner of this car and I asked him, after this ECU was installed, did you have the front lift working? He said yes. I think he misremembered it because there is no way that this was actually done. So what I have to do here is I have to repin some of the harness for the S12 ECU. The reason why is because the front lift system, instead of going directly to a relay or something like that, like in a regular car, it actually goes into a thing called a GFA, and that's basically like a body control module. What that does is it regulates everything in the body, all the electrical components, all that stuff in one box. But with this, the S12 is going to be taking care of the front lift system, but it has to be wired in because not all Gallardos came with a front lift. I believe 04s and 05s, the early cars, they didn't have this option as standard. So with the later cars, you had to wire this in, and it's only 4 wires. But here's the problem. Syvex, well, at least for the S12, they use a very proprietary pin system, and I have to find the pins that go into this harness. It's actually really hard to do. because I didn't have this as new. I'm pretty sure when you get a new kit, they probably give you more pins, they probably give you some wire so you can do this stuff yourself, but I am on my own, just like I'm on my own with this entire project. So here's what I did. I went on the internet and I found this. These, I'll see if we can get some focus going on here. So these are the pins that I need, and it was really, really hard to track them down. I have to thank my good friend Bozy. He's just the best at finding all these little obscure parts. This is a TE/AMP connector pin, and this is called a micro quad lock. I believe the part number is 968221-1, and you can find these. I mean, I'm not sure how many people would actually need these, but you can go on DigiKey and you can look them up. And I actually got these. I got a set of 20, and you can see I used 4 of them for the pins to repin the harness. I actually got these for about $1. These are 6 cents each, but since I needed them for this video, shipping was 60 bucks. That's right, 60 bucks overnight shipping for these little guys, but hopefully this fixes my problem. So these were hard to find, but they're gonna be exactly what we need. So I'm gonna show you what I did. Now Lamborghini purists might wanna look away because this is, yeah, it's the furthest from clean that I've ever had the car. But if we go down here, we'll be able to see, well, hopefully we'll be able to see my mastery of wiring. Now you can see that there are some house wiring clips right there. These are just to test everything out. This is not obviously staying on there. I will be soldering, I will be heat shrinking and doing everything by the book. But if you can see that white wiring harness right there, that is called the GFA patch harness. And that goes in between the GFA unit, that's the body control module, and the actual harness that goes from the car. That needs to be spliced into so the front lift can work, because the S12 is now going to take the place of the GFA for that functionality. So we follow that down, and you see some wires haphazardly connected, but I assure you that these are all connected correctly. And we see a bunch of tools that are scattered across the bottom of the car. Oh man, yeah, this is not looking great, but it should be functionally good enough for a test. And those wires go over here, and that is to the newly pinned harness. So I went on Amazon and I went on a little bit of a tool shopping spree. Not exactly a shopping spree, I just bought one tool. This is a crimper for specifically pinning these small pins. Now, there are 5 different sizes here that you can put pins in, and here is a finished piece. Now, it's really hard to actually put these on camera because my camera can't really focus that well. As you can tell, it's not doing a great job now, but these pins will not move when you use something like this. Now this, I'm gonna link to it in the description below. Anytime you're doing any electrical work and you have to repin something, this makes it really, really easy. Don't use regular pliers, don't use channel locks, nothing like that. Don't use vice grips like I am apt to do when I don't have the right tool available. Use one of these. I think this is around 20 bucks. So I did this to 4 wires, and I put them in the correct space in this S12 harness. As you can see, I just did a little wire splice, and I'm making sure not to touch these two together just in case. But just as everything on this car, it's not as simple as that. See, I have to wire it up, but I also have to send my calibration file from my S12 ECU to Cyvex themselves so they can modify it and engage that front lift option. I have to have that enabled because otherwise the computer doesn't know what to do with those pins. So give me like 5 minutes and I'm gonna send an email real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna try it just to see what the system is like without me having to upload anything or change any calibration. Let's see if this works. Nope, we got nothing. We got nothing. So I'm going to upload what Cyvex sent me to see what we can do with this because yeah, it's definitely, wiring definitely isn't enough. All right, it's restarting. I'm just gonna clear those errors. All right, now we should be good to go. And Let's see if this works. God, that tune. Still nothing. Maybe if I swap the wires, because these are for the up and down, maybe it's just giving me a bad reading here. Let's try it again. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Look at that. Okay, all right. Let's see if it works down. Okay, it does not work down. I have an idea. What if I switch it again? Then we just put this on the down solenoid and this one on the up. If I press it again, should it go down? Oh, it just went down. Okay. So that is a result, everybody. It works. Sorta. It's just like everything on this project, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Now, the front lift does work. I know all the hydraulic components work. The power steering pump works because that also pumps the hydraulic fluid into the system. So we know all that works, but for some reason, the wiring or the switch, that is not working as intended, because only the power going to the lift up position is working. The power down doesn't work. So maybe that's part of the switch. That's something I'm not sure about, because the switch, instead of working like an on and off switch, it's just a momentary press. So you press it once, comes up, press it once, comes down. It's just one switch. So maybe the ECU is a little bit confused. Maybe it's thinking that it's just a regular push button and there's a button for the down. So I'm gonna have to email Cyvex, and that actually I need to do right now, because I haven't done that. I didn't actually think that we'd get this far. But I am very excited to know that the system works, even though there are a few odds and ends I need to do. I can get this car now onto a trailer, hopefully, because I want to get this thing to a dyno. Now, I still need to do a few things to the car before I get it to the dyno. I need to button it up. I need to make sure that the car isn't burning anything, and I know that it's burning a little bit of oil. So I think in the next episode, we're gonna get to that. So that is where we're gonna end today. I have a car that can lift itself and lower itself, even though I have to do some wiring work and it's a little bit on the ghetto side. This is a working system, and it's gonna be 100% soon enough. I wanted to show you guys some of this. These are the parts I ordered for my top over there. And as you can see, these are just regular kind of nuts and bolts. These 4 parts, basically a bolt, 2 washers, and a little spacer here. That cost me $130. Thank you very much, Lamborghini. At least it came with this nice official Automobili Lamborghini plastic bag. So yeah, it's a brand awareness there. If you'd like to contact me, you can do so at The Real Tavarish. That is Instagram and Twitter. Facebook.com/AskTavarish and AskTavarish@gmail.com is my email. And I appreciate every single piece of advice that you guys give me. It's been really helpful, especially on this wiring work. Thank you so much to all the people that sent me these diagrams. I have seen these diagrams before, but it's good to know that you guys are also on the right path. If you'd like to buy one of my new shirts, that's available right now. You can do so at my Teespring store down below. And all the proceeds, 100% of all profits, go to charity. I believe this month is going to be the Open Road Foundation. They do a lot of work with veterans and classic cars. It's a really, really cool cause. Also, go check out Brent's GoFundMe by Boosted Boys down below. He's a really good guy, and I already sang his praises earlier in the video, but check that out, give what you can. And until next time, this is me telling you that on cars like this that now have front lift systems that sort of work, but we need to get a little bit more work done, you guys need to wrench every day.